Hi, this is Michael Rony Mullick, and you're watching the post market show. And what a day for the markets! Everything ended in a very bullish note. Nifty was up significantly, Bank Nifty was above 37,000. So things are looking very bullish, and it was on a monthly expiry. So, again, very interesting to see that usually expiries are volatile and markets tend to sell off during the expiries. But today, being an exceptional day, markets have shot up all over the place. There were negative news, and but the markets did not react to that. As you must have read the title that US markets enters recession, so that is true because for the second consecutive quarter US came out with a negative growth rate, and expectation was 0.9 percentage positive. I think 0.5 percentage positive, and it came out at 0.9 percentage negative. So that means US markets is in a recessionary period, but the markets have not taken that into consideration at all, and it is absolutely moving ahead, and US markets are right now trading in the green. So very interesting to see, and this is a characteristics of a bull market where negative news is not paid any attention to. The markets uniformly are going up, not only in India but around the world. So let us see and analyze the markets, what happened today. So let me open up the chart of Nifty, and let us look at the 15-minute chart. Things will be more clearer over there. Yes, this is the 15-minute chart of Nifty, and you can see the markets have ended at 16,929 levels. And yesterday we were talking about a good call build-up Y at 16,900. That was way above, but now when we look at it, we understand why people were selling 16,900 calls and nothing below that, because the markets, as you can see, it was again one way up move, and also probably because of the expiry, markets were even more bullish because people who have sold a lot of call options, they had to cover their positions, and markets did not give short sellers any chance. There was a small fall around from 2:30 p.m. from 16,900 it fell to 16,872, just a 50-point fall, nothing significant, but that was immediately filled in the next 15 minutes. The market shot up from those levels and ending in almost 69.29, 287 points up for Nifty, up by 1.73 percentage. So after many days, we are seeing such a rally in the markets, and definitely 16,800 levels, which was a very important level of resistance. The markets have completely broken that and did not pay any attention to that. So that is again a characteristics of a bull market where important resistances are broken like it has no significance, and that is exactly what happened. Coming to Bank Nifty, over here the resistances did play a role, but thankfully the markets from the first minute it opened above 37,000. So 37,030 is the low for the day. So markets for not even a 1 second, markets went below 37,000. Even Bank Nifty opened and uniformly went up, but the upward movement was rather slow today, and you can see the markets taking beautiful resistance around 37,389 levels, which we had discussed that this will be an important level, and which we had marked this level from previous day, many days before this, and markets have taken support exactly at those levels. So that is good to see. Now the question is where the markets will be heading in the coming days. So we will come back to that a bit later. Let us look at the other things in the markets, the global markets and other sectors. Coming to Nifty mid cap, we are seeing 0.84 percentage up Nifty mid cap. So not doing so well, but definitely it is doing pretty good because overall markets are up, and Nifty mid cap is up 0.8 percentage. Nifty small cap is up 0.76 percentage. So that is also good to see. Coming to sectoral indices, we have all the sectors ending again once more in the green, and the top gainer was Nifty IT. Nifty IT, we were talking about in the morning itself that Nifty IT would be very bullish, and exactly that has happened. And if you can see the charts, it has broken this important level. Let me draw a horizontal line over here, and you can see that this was a very important level of resistance for the markets, because the markets have tried to break this, and you can see a W pattern forming, and a W pattern breakout will always be important for the markets, and the markets are moving up from there. Nifty IT, the up move is simply attributed to Nasdaq, which was up more than 4% yesterday. So it was a no-brainer that Nifty IT will go up today, and exactly that has happened. That is why it is so crucial to follow the global markets, and that will give you an extra edge over other people who are not tracking all the markets. So Nifty IT up 2.8%. Coming to other things, let us look at other sectors. We have Nifty Finance moving up 2.37%, and this is all thanks to Bajaj Twins, Bajaj Finserv, Bajaj Financial Services, Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv, both of them contributing significantly to Nifty, both of them up more than 10% today. Imagine our Nifty heavyweight stock moving up 10%. That is a very, very rare happening, and today was one of those days. So things are looking very, very bullish in the financial sector. So overall, that sector ended pretty well in the green, and other sectors we have Nifty Realty up by 2.07%, and also Nifty Metals up today 1.7% because Tata Steel, it came out with a top stock split. We will be coming to that. Nifty Energy up by 1.1%, and other sectors are up but below 1%. Coming to Reliance Industries is significantly up today, but this high is not yet broken. 2465 is a level where there is a resistance, so above this we can expect some kind of bullishness happening in the market, but right now that is not the case. Infosys is up almost 3.15%. So Infosys, again, it looks bullish, but I guess we should wait for a few days, let this high be broken, 15,440, and then we can expect the stock to move further. So there is plenty of opportunity, so it's always good to wait, and when your level comes, that is the time to enter the markets. So we can wait for a few days until this level is broken, then we can enter for a long position in the stock, because this is where the market has taken multiple resistances in Infosys. Coming to Zomato, we have been discussing this share for the last many days, because we have seen consecutive days, 2 consecutive days, the stock falling more than 10%, but yesterday is moved up significantly. Today it is also up 3.98%. So we are seeing some buying happening at the lower levels. Again, that is a good sign. Let's hope the Zomato at least touches 50 rupees, which was the last low, and so we have to wait and see how things go from here. Talking about other things, we have TCS definitely moving up 2.25%, and an important trend line has been broken in TCS. As you can see, this is a downward trending line, and finally markets have broken up out above this level, and we were talking about this in yesterday's show and today morning as well, that TCS was in a very tight consolidating phase, and it was in a downward trend more importantly, and today it finally broke out from that level. Now we can expect it to move further. Next target should come around 33.50. That is the level you can keep on target for TCS in the coming days. Now Tata Steel stock split is the talk of the town, because if you are not informed, you must be seeing a 90% loss in your portfolio for Tata Steel, but that is not to panic. This is simply because it has a 10:1 stock split. So over here you can see 10:1. It means if you have 1 shares of Tata Steel, 1 share, now it is 10 shares. So yesterday it was trading around 960, and if you divided that by 10, it comes to 96. So it opened at around those levels, but then it shot up to 100.35. At one point of time, it was almost 102. So that is simply because of the stock split, which is in action. So that is why Tata Steel is up so much. Nifty Metals is also up because of Tata Steel, which is going up. And as we know, the stock prices, when they are low, it creates a lot of liquidity in the markets, and that is the reason the Tata Steel has gone up so much. And I hope those who have been following the trades in my Telegram channel, they have exited Tata Steel in this level, because 100 and 101, that is close to 1010, which was already our target criteria has been met. So this is Tata Steel. Coming to other things, Bajaj Finance, definitely Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv, both of them are up 10%, and Bajaj Finserv at one point it was almost 14% up. It touched 15,000, but then there was a profit booking. It came down to 14,642, and people are expecting a bonus issue coming out by Bajaj Finserv, and since that stock is worth around 14,600 rupees, it becomes very illiquid at those high levels. So they are coming out with bonus shares, which can bring the stock prices down, and that can add more liquidity to the markets. Coming to Bajaj Finance, same thing. It is up 10.6% after very good results announcement. So again, one of those rare days when you get to see a Nifty 50 stock moving up by 10%, and you can see the huge volume happening. But it is again related to the news, because the earnings report was good. But let us wait for a couple of days, and then we can enter the stock when it slightly retraces back, because sometimes these kind of moves, they are not sustainable. Sometimes it retraces back, then again it makes new high. So that is the time to enter the market if you have missed the opportunity. Coming to HDFC, I hope you're already in this trade. This had been updated in my Telegram channel much before, and today it has broken an important level. The next level of target should come around 2360. You can exit around these levels, or if you are planning to hold it for a longer term, then the next target should be 2450, 2460. These are the levels you can be watching out for HDFC. So these are some of the stock specific news that I wanted to discuss. If you want to look at the Nifty movers of the day, Bajaj Twins, Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv both contributed almost. If you add almost 41.3 and 18 points from here, that comes almost close to 60 points in Nifty's up move of 270 points is contributed just by Bajaj Finserv, and the rest of it came from Infosys, Reliance, Kotak Bank, ICICI Bank, TCS. So these are the top gainers in Nifty, and the top losers are definitely Bharti Airtel. It has been doing a negative for the last few days. If you look at the chart, you will understand. Bharti Airtel, you can look for short position in Bharti Airtel, and the cement sector is particularly down today. Free cement down 2.8%, Ultratech cement down by 0.98%. Otherwise, most of the stock ended in the green, so nothing much to say about that. And one more reason that the market's ending so much in the positive is because after again many days, FIIs, DIIs have both turned net buyers. So 1637 crore buying from FIIs, 600 crores buying from DIIs. If you combine both of these, it comes to around 2200 net buying institutional figure. So that is also a reason why the markets have propelled even higher. So good to see that both of them turning net buyers for the day. That can indicate a more positive momentum tomorrow, because people who are seeing these numbers, they will not be willing to short the market, knowing that FIIs have turned buyers and DIIs were already buying from previously. So that will at least keep away the short sellers for the time being. That is also a good sign for the markets. Now, if you look at the global markets, let us watch that. So before going on to that, let us look at the data that came out. That is the US GDP growth rate data. Yesterday, we talked about the increase in interest rate, which was up by 0.75% or 75 basis point, and market did not react to that at all. And now we are seeing the GDP growth rate. We talked about in the introduction that US is in negative. It is in technical recession right now because 0.9% again negative growth rate in GDP. That brings the US markets into a technical recessionary period, because last time 1.6% is negative, this time 0.9% is negative, and back to back two negative GDP growth rates means the economy is contracting. And recession has its own set of worries, joblessness, and then the low buying in the economy, and it creates a vicious cycle in the economy. So it is difficult for markets or economies to get out of this. So definitely the US markets have to come out with some kind of a plan to come out of this recession. Otherwise, like I told you, it's difficult for the markets to or economies to come out of this very soon. So this is the US market, but very interestingly, US markets are not at all reacting negatively, and that is a sign of bull market. And so let us, before we go into the US markets, let us look at the European markets and how they have traded. So let us open up the German markets. And interestingly, if you see the European markets, wherever they have opened, it's actually opened with a gap up, and then there was a continuous sell-off in the markets. The markets fell almost more than 1%, and then from 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock onward, they tried to recover. So this negativeness in the European markets did not have any effect in the Indian markets. The markets in India uniformly moved up. Almost there was no bearish sign at all. Usually whenever we see the European markets falling, the same thing happens in our markets as well. Our market starts falling, but today was again an exception. Nothing happened of that sort. French index, same thing. It opened with a huge gap up at 12:30. Continuous selling happening till 2:30. From 3 o'clock, there was a recovery. So again, French index has recovered more than it fell. It is up 1.3%. Coming to UK markets, we are seeing UK markets, same thing. Today there was some volatility in the markets. So over here you can see it opened with a gap up 20th July. Yes, that is today. Then it fell down. Then it was consolidating again. When the US markets opened, it came down because US recession that is the worry. But then it is again moving up 1 point. No, that is this is the European the US futures. This is the UK markets. UK markets over here, you can see it opened around what time? Now these are the futures, so it continuously trades. Yeah, you can see from 12:30 onwards a continuous fall coming in. Then from 3 o'clock there was a move up. Then US markets opened, there was a red candle, but now it is moving up. UK futures are right now 0.717% in the red. Now coming to the all important US markets, and this is where you should be actually tracking. So we are seeing very interestingly all the US markets, Nasdaq, S&P 500, Dow Jones, all three of them are trading well in the green. So that is a very unlikely, and after US markets falling into recession, there should be a negative reaction, but nothing is happening at all. The markets are bullish. So that is very interesting to see. So US market, as you can see, it opened today around these levels, and the markets continued to fall almost 1%. Now it is up, breaking the day's high, and it is continuously going up 1.1% up in Nasdaq. Not Nasdaq, S&P 500. Nasdaq, same thing, it opened flat, then came down. Now it has broken the day's high, again moving up with strength, 0.83% up. Dow Jones, similar story, opened flat, came down, now it is moving up. So US markets have not at all reacted to the negative news. Let us see if it reacts tomorrow or maybe by today end, so we have to wait and watch. US VIX interestingly has come down 3.5%. Now it is at 22 levels after many days. You can see the last time it was here is when April. So after April, this kind of volatility is the volatility went through the roof, but now it is up, now it is down, so that is good. India VIX came down to 17, down by 6% today, because the markets went up, and that is also, there was no volatility at all. Markets were going up only one side. Coming to the crude oil prices, it is 1.3% down and down at $96.8. So that is also good. Dollar index has weakened a bit. That is good for the global markets. So 106.5, and USD INR is at 79.62. So that means the Indian rupee is gaining strength. That is also a positive sign for the markets. So now coming to SGX Nifty, because the US markets are up, SGX Nifty is definitely showing a massive gap up of almost 130 points. It is trading at 17,077 levels. So very interesting to see that SGX Nifty is doing so well in the markets, because we know that 17,000 is going to act as a good level of resistance, because it's a psychological number, and also a round figure resistance. Markets have tried to break that level multiple times, and so it seems if the markets end over here in the US, definitely we are seeing a huge gap up tomorrow, and 17,000 level will be crossed like it did not mean anything. So SGX Nifty definitely moving up. So now coming to our markets, what we can expect tomorrow. So definitely going tomorrow, 17,000 will be acting as a level of resistance. Let me draw a horizontal line over here, and let's keep it at 17,000. Yeah, somewhere around this. And let us move to the daily charts. You'll be seeing a lot of lines, but all these lines are important. That is why it is there. So now you can see that the markets, what it can do is it can uniformly go up from here. The resistance should come around 17,000, a bit resistance, but if markets open with a huge gap up, so markets are likely to continue towards 17,219 level. That is where the next logical resistance should come. And on the downside, we have multiple level of supports, 16,830 to 850. That is a very crucial support right now, and the markets have broken way above that. So any fall, we can expect markets to stop around those levels. But if the market breaks those levels, we have multiple supports coming in at 16,680, 16,630, 16,570, and then all important 16,500. So these are multiple supports in Nifty that you can watch out for. Things are looking bullish. So I don't think so you should be trading on the short side right now, because it's always a better idea to go with the trend, because trend is your friend, as they say. So definitely try to look for bullish opportunities in the market. Coming to Bank Nifty, definitely there was a tight consolidating range, and markets exactly stopped around that range we had drawn. So looking above, if things go well, if markets open with a huge gap up, then we can expect the Bank Nifty to maybe touch 38,000 tomorrow itself, who knows. And the next important level to watch out for is 38,740, because you can see the markets had reversed from those levels in the past. So we have to wait and watch how the Bank Nifty trades tomorrow. And down below, definitely 37,000, it's a round level, and that should act as a very, very strong support. If that is broken, we can expect the next support to come around 36,800 levels. So these are the levels for tomorrow that you can watch out for. And also we will be watching the markets in the morning, how the Asian markets react, and if at all US markets trade in the red, maybe towards the second half, if there is any profit booking, or since the market should be reacting negatively, it is not reacting negatively. If there is some selling, we shall be covering that in tomorrow morning's pre-market show. So let us hope that the markets end in a bullish tone, so that tomorrow we can expect the markets in India to go above 17,000 levels. So that will bring a lot of smile to a lot of people's faces, especially the long-term investors, because their portfolios has been bleeding for the last many months, and definitely a positive move like this will bring in a new enthusiasm into the markets. So let us hope for a good bullish month ahead. The August series is going to start from tomorrow morning itself. Let's hope for a good month. So that is all for now. Thank you for watching, and we will meet again in tomorrow morning's pre-market show at 8:30 a.m. in the morning.